Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, good morning. Thanks for joining this morning. We'll continue reading few slokas from Śrī Vṛndāvana Mahimamrita by Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati. Vrindavane sakala pavane, pavana pavane asmin, sarvojvalodvat udhara mahits tadaste sarvo. I think they have done that one. That's very the different. Yeah, let's do this. I went 2 pages ahead. Dukkani eva sukhani viddhi apasyaso janihi kirtim param manyata adamascha dushparipavan tamanavat satamahi dainyani iva mahavibhutim ati sallabhan alabhan sadha papani eva cha punyam asti yadite vrindavanam jivanam. If you accept Śrī Vṛndāvana as your life and soul, then accept all distress as happiness, dishonor as the highest praise, and the insults of inferior people as the offerings of respect by saintly persons. Consider extreme poverty as great opulence, highest material gain as most harmful, and sinful activities as piety. Sri Radhika Murali Mohana Keli Kunja Punjena Manjulatara Sara Rasa Sindhu Dogdhi Swananda Chinmaya Mahabhuta Sattva Vrinda Vrindhatavi Mama Sajjivana Aham Nihantu. May all my sinful reactions along with their seeds be destroyed by Śrī Vṛndāvana, which is most enchanting because it is filled with groves wherein Sri Radha, Murali Mohana enjoy their eternal conjugal pastimes, which is like an ocean of transcendental mellows of ecstatic love, and which is adorned by divine, spiritually blissful living entities. Vrindatvati sahaja vita samasta dosha karana api guna karatham nayanti poshaya me sakala dharma bahishkritasya soshaya dushtaram mahagha chayasya bhuyat. Just by living in Vrindavana, all one's faults are automatically destroyed. It turns sinful miscreants into highly qualified persons. My only prayer is that the abode of Vrindavan may counteract all my sinful reactions and maintain me, for I am fallen from all religious principles. Vrindavane sakala pavana pavane yasmin. This is what we initially read. Sarvoja ulvalad udharamati sadhaste sarvo uttamattamo Mahamahimni Anante Sarvodbhutadbhuta Maharasa Rajadhamni. The most magnanimous Lord, who is the hero of the topmost transcendental mellows of ecstatic love, resides in the land of Vrindavan, which is most sanctified, supremely glorious, and the capital of the highest transcendental Madhura Rasa, which is the most wonderful of all wonderful objects. Beautiful slokas. How do we see Vrindavan? Vrindavan cannot be understood by conditioned souls, for although it may appear to be material, all its villages, forests, and cow pastures are perfectly spiritual. The Supreme Personality of God, Sri Govinda's personal Dhamma, is identified with the Lord's own completely spiritual nature. All material forms are mere reflections of activities and forms that exist in that divine realm. Everything in the spiritual world, persons, places, objects, conditions, relationships, moods, taste, etc., are all direct expansions of the personality of Godhead, and thus they are inseparable parts and parcels of that holy Dham. Everything in the spiritual world exists solely for the unrestricted enjoyment of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Non-devotees relying on their imperfect material senses cannot comprehend the transcendental nature of the holy Dham. They conclude, therefore, that Vrindavan is a mythological place or an amorphous spiritual realm devoid of any transcendental attributes and variegatedness. The ordinary man visiting Vrindavan cannot see beyond the skinny dogs, open savers, mischievous monkeys, salty water, underfed cows, all pervaded, overfed pigs, opportunistic merchants, loudspeakers blaring from 10 directions, cacophones, concert of decibel deafening diesel powdered buses, scooters, trucks, autos, cycles, and tempos. He will see a dry, dusty land dotted with stubby, thorny trees. Then there are carts drawn by horses, buffalo, bulls, and camels, horrifically hot summer, chased away by chest chilling cold waters, and kids passing stool on the street as a regular daily function. Externally, Vrindavan appears dilapidated, neglected, and nothing like a celestial paradise. It may degrade even more with the advance of Kali Yuga. Prabhupada said that because of impiety, Vrindavana was becoming like a desert and would become more so in the future. This is Krishna's land, Vrindavan, said Srila Prabhupada, and they are doing sinful things here, and they are being punished directly by Krishna. One devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, how can we understand that Vrindavan is Krishna's abode? There seems to be so much contamination in Vrindavan. This is because your senses are impure, said Srila Prabhupada. But when your eyes are smeared with the salves of love, then you can see Vrindavan. Don't judge Vrindavan by the external manifestation. At another time, a devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, why does Vrindavan now appear so dirty and unkept? That ugliness here is Yogamaya, Prabhupada said. It's Krishna's covering. Vrindavan appears this way to drive away the atheists and impersonalists. For a devotee, this Vrindavan is as good as Krishna's abode in the spiritual sky, Goloka Vrindavan. Vrindavan hides herself from the materialist. This earthly Vrindavan is a replica of Goloka Vrindavan, and therefore it's different, but because it's manifest in the material universe, the laws of material nature are working here. So the pure vision of Vrindavan is by the grace of Lord Sri Krishna. Self-realized pure devotees can perceive and experience the sublime varieties of transcendence manifested in the all-perfect and ever-fresh abode of the Lord. The devotee sees holy Vrindavan as a transcendental land, complete with limitless varieties of trees, birds, waterfalls, and activities. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who lived about 350 years ago, reveals how a pure devotee sees Vrindavan. Now this Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's passage. In some places, the ground of Vrindavan forest is covered with the branches of grapes partly eaten by monkeys, and in other places, ripe mangoes have fallen on the ground, filled with a large variety of exotic trees, which all have many wonderful, splendid fruits and flowers, and also filled with many beautiful vines and many parrots and other birds, as well as many wild bees. The forests of Vrindavan are splendidly beautiful. In Vraja, this is how the devotee sees Vrindavan. In Vraja, there are many splendid ponds, pools, lakes, and rivers filled with many white, blue, red, yellow, and multicolored lotus flowers, as well as many swans and water birds. In some places, the ground of Vraja is made of a variety of precious gems like emerald or rubies, and the trees, bushes, and creepers are made of gold and crystals. So, if we don't see gold and crystal trees, creepers, then we are not pure yet. All of the splendidly beautiful variety of Sri Vrindavan emanates from Sri Krishna as confirmed in the Gopala Tapani Upanishad, Sakshat Brahma Gopala Purihi. Sakshat Brahma Gopala Purihi. Lord Gopala and his abode are identical in nature. According to ordinary experience, Vrindavan appears like an ordinary village. But in the eyes of elevated devotees, it is as good as the original Vrindavan in the spiritual world. We'll read one more passage. So, how to see Vrindavan? Srila Narottam Das Thakur explained that one can see Vrindavan when his mind is completely free from material anxiety and desires. Vishaya chariye kabhe suddha habe mana kabhe hama herobho Sri Vrindavana. Vrindavana is actually experienced as it is by persons who have stopped trying to derive pleasures from material enjoyment. If you come from anywhere by train or aeroplane or to see Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada, that is not seeing Vrindavan. We should take shelter of Gaurnitai and become cleansed of the desire for eating, sleeping, mating. There are many devotees who have left their families and come to Vrindavan, giving up all material desires and completely depending on Krishna. They are not disturbed even by heat and cold. If you avoid offenses, you will see Vrindavan. With the eyes of love accorded, one can see Vrindavan's real identity as the place where Lord Krishna performs his pastimes when the cowherd boys and girls, with the cowherd boys and girls. The devotees who attain perfection in devotion, Siddhavasta, are blessed with the division of the divine Leela of Krishna and his associates even while staying in these dham in their present bodies. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur eloquently explains how to see Krishna. When Krishna manifested himself in Vrindavana, both the devotees and the non-devotees saw him with their own eyes, but only the devotees cherished him, eternally present in Vrindavan as a priceless jewel of their hearts. Nowadays, all the devotees see Krishna and Vrindavan in their hearts, saturated with devotion, although they do not see him with their eyes. The eye of the devotee is nothing but the eye of pure unalloyed self of the jiva. The form, two more paragraph, the form of Krishna is visible to that eye in proportion to his purification by practice of devotion. One more time, I'll repeat this one. The eye of the devotee is nothing but the eye of the pure unalloyed self of the jiva. The form of Krishna is visible to that eye in proportion to its purification by the practice of devotion. When the devotion of the neophyte reaches the stage of bhava bhakti, the pure eye is tinged with the salve of love by the grace of Krishna, which enables him to see Krishna face to face. Last paragraph. The acharyas say that one can experience Vrindavan by sincerely and purely chanting the Gayatri mantra. Within the splendid ocean of light manifested in the bija syllable of the Kama Gayatri mantra, the sweet abode named Vrindavana is manifest. Vrindavana is filled with very wonderful spiritual variety. Everything there is wonderful. Everything there is effulgent with the sweetest nectar. Vrindavan is the form of Kama Gayatri Bija and the bliss of transcendental pastimes. So that is about Vrindavan, how we have to see, what we have to do to see Vrindavan as it is, than through the material eyes. Let's meditate upon Vrindavan and let's continue again tomorrow at 4:30 morning AM. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Let's begin chanting.